Hey YouTube, what's up? So this is going to be a tutorial on how to make your own dark room box kind of thing for a silkscreen or anything that you would need to be keeping in an absolute dark scenario. So this is a big TV box I picked up. Definitely check by like a local dump or something if you don't have a big cardboard box, as they obviously have them there. I'm not sure, it'd probably be broken down or flattened or whatever, so you might have to do a little bit more stability work with the actual thing, but I know for me this one's still intact. And so what I'm going to start off with doing is I'm going to tape off all the edges as I've kind of like peered into my box specifically, and there is some specific points that I want to make sure get covered with tape, and then I'll go from there. This is the first time I'm doing it myself, so I'm going to kind of work through the kinks as I go through this video. So I'm going to be using duct tape. So now what you're going to want to look out for are these small little vents, and I know this one has these little handle holds, so definitely make sure to cover those up and extra well, or I know I'm going to pop that little handle piece back up just so there's more, I guess, material between the light and the actual screen that will want to be light protected. And this is going to be a big help if you're going to be using photo emulsion with silk screens, and that's really the reason I'm doing it, because I don't have the space to make an entire room light safe. So I'm going to try and do this to make it more of a simple way for myself, and hopefully it works out well so that you guys can use it as well. Because I know a lot of you guys do the same things as I do, so I might as well share them with you, and you guys like that as well. So now that you have really all the edges open except for the one that you will be actually putting the screen through, you're going to want to now consider where you're going to be placing this, as you will have to put it horizontally, like that is laying on the ground, and then you will actually have to prop the screen up inside it. And with something this size, or especially with this kind of box, you won't be able to get a fan into it, because I know that really helped me to speed up my process when I was doing it before, like I said, in my cabinet, but I don't have that anymore. So what you're going to want to do is you can't exactly put a fan directly in this unless you want to cut out like a spot or whatever. So I'm not going to probably do that, as I don't really have a fan adequately sized to either fit in the box or to cut out and it still fit or work. But what you can do is, since you're not really going to be able to tape over these edges, you're going to want to fold them over as best you can. You can use the weaving fold method, so if you know how to do that, you simply just fold around in a circle, and the edges fold together, and it kind of creates a seal for the box without any tape or anything. And that's a little bit, that's as best you're probably going to be able to get it. You can also just leave them open and try and tuck it under. And I know I'm going to actually stick it against the wall, and I will actually put some light pieces of tape, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually run a full piece of tape across it. If you can, I will let you know how that works depending on when I get this video uploaded. I'll probably add an annotation or put a thing in the description, so definitely check there to see how that worked out for me, as I'm not totally prepped to do this, but simply do that, and then put a sheet or something over it just for extra protection or whatever. And I know my screen took about a day to dry with a fan on it, but I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to take without the fan, but keep it in just like a neutral temperatured location. Don't try and speed it up with anything besides a fan, as you could potentially ruin the emulsion with the screen wise or whatever. But definitely try this yourself. I will definitely leave a comment below in the description, at least, of how it worked out for me, and really any tips or additional things you guys should try or do if that I figured out myself. But that's really gonna do it. Tape up your corners extra well, put it up to the light to make sure it's kind of light safe as of that. Then go and put it in a pretty neutral temperature place and tape over the edges if you can, and make sure it's horizontal.